This whole generation, they're just so sensitive.
Sorry, we don't want to pass this on to our kids.
Everything's a big deal. They're all anxious and depressed and, let me stop you there. They're all on medication.
Okay, hold on.
When we were kids, we were just,
Can I
we were
please?
strong. Not like they are today.
And that's what I was trying to avoid.
Listen, I can tell you've had a hard childhood.
Yes.
And you were made to find ways to deal with it.
Very much.
And by comparison, you see your child's struggles as minuscule.
Their lives are so easy.
I want to give you an analogy. Let's say you and your son are both runners.
I'm at Pilates every day, 6 a.m. What's his excuse?
Children? I'm not retired and I do run. It's an analogy. You're both runners. Now, you busted your knee when you were a kid, and you weren't given the time or the resources for it to heal. So it didn't set right, and it still hurts to run, but you found ways to compensate for that. You're not what you used to be, but that's life, right?
Exactly. Life comes with injuries.
Now, your child develops some intestinal issues, and one day when you're running, they tell you that they're struggling.
Sounds about right. Broken knee?
Yes,
tummy ache.
that's your response, because an injured knee affecting your running is much more obvious than intestinal issues. But what you don't see is their digestive issues also cause a lot of abdominal pain and cramping and constipation, and it affects how much they can eat, which affects their energy levels. I've had poop problems. You doctors are just enablers. He's not saying that it's worse than your knee. He's just saying don't dismiss my problems. Exactly. By acknowledging your child's very real struggles, you're not dismissing your own. I never said it did. But if I can run with a broken knee, some stomach pain is nothing. So that brings me to the other part of my analogy. You've done really well for yourself because I'm strong. And medicine's come a long ways, so doctors can help you fix that by making incremental fractures and resetting the bone. But it will take a few years, and you've gotten so used to the pain that you don't think the treatments are worth it.
I don't see your point.
You've become so used to your own pain that is holding you back that instead of helping your child fix theirs, you'd rather see them struggle. I have kids now. And yes, my life has been very different than yours, but I've had very real pain and hardships and trauma that I don't want to pass down to my children.
I didn't pass anything to you.
When a protector tells a child to get over it, grow the fuck up, in addition to whatever hardship that child is going through, they're being robbed of a caregiver in that moment. They're being abandoned.
How dare you? We put food on the table for all 6 of you, every night.
Even now, as an adult, as I'm trying to work through my pain, because I've seen how you've affected me, and I don't want to do that to my children, you're trying to make me feel weak. I don't think I'm weak. I think I'm strong. Strong enough to face someone that I care very much about who's trying to make me feel little and broken, because I know that that is the only way to break the cycle. And I owe that to my children, because I don't want them to think that I care more about my own insecurities and sadness than their well-being. Your strength is how you had to handle your trauma, but now you're using it as an excuse to neglect your child's needs, which makes the trauma worse for both of you. Entitled. That's it. They're all anxious and depressed and entitled.